Those of you who listen to me every day know I have terminal ADD. You can hear me? Yeah? Great. Come on in from under the trees. Tree people, come on. So this is an important day for an awful lot of reasons. We could, for example, talk about all the money that they're printing. We could do that. We could talk about the debt ceiling, remember, ceiling that they've raised 75 times since 1963. We could talk about that. We can talk about the shock that we the people feel about that, couldn't we? But you see, none of that really matters because the shock and what we feel about it is insignificant if we don't actually stand up and do something about it. You know, the front cover of Time magazine dated July 4th, 2011 has a picture of our Constitution shredded. And it asks the question, does it still matter? Last week, CNN, one of their reporters was singing the praises of Iceland. Because Iceland, that great capitalist country, Iceland has gone to Facebook and Twitter and has asked its own people to come up with a new constitution. CNN thought this was a great idea. He was very impressed. He talked about our constitution like it was so incredibly out of date. Cobbled together in a darkened room by strange and mysterious men. He showed almost no knowledge of the principles on which this great nation was founded on. I find it hard to believe that he doesn't actually know. He just chose not to tell the 20 or so people that were watching him what the truth really was. I say it on the radio pretty much every week. We have got to stand up. You have got to stand up. It could be about red light cameras in Des Moines. It might be about a border patrol agent who's locked up right now in solitary confinement, facing 10 to 35 years for what they're accusing him of, excessive use of handcuffs. It's for real. He's been convicted. The minimum sentence he's going to get is 10 years. The maximum he could face is 35. The highly decorated Border Patrol agent locked up for 23 hours a day. The illegal alien drug smuggling scumbag that he took down got a visa to the United States. You're shocked. Those of you who haven't heard that story on my show are shocked right now. Some of you might be saying to your neighbor right now how shocked you actually are. But you see, if that's all you do, and then after today you go home and you fire up the grill, then today, all of this, you coming out here today, is for nothing. That is not what the Tea Party is about. The Tea Party is about people. I know I'm going to fall off this thing today. It is about people standing up for each other, for America, for who we are supposed to be. Thank you. You know, the next person I'm going to call up here is going to help us and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Something that in a town of Eugene in Oregon, the mayor of that little town describes as divisive. The Pledge of Allegiance. That is what we're facing right now, but I know we're not facing that here today. Okay, this bus behind me has been on the road for a little while. Even managed to pick up a ticket through a red light camera. Really? So, we're going to find out exactly what's been going on with somebody who's been working tirelessly, along with, there she is. This is the lady that did all the work, April Linda here. Let's hear it for April. Tea Party Review magazine. Okay, it's the first and only magazine for, by, and about the Tea Party movement. Go hook up with Ryan or or April, and they'll be able to tell you more about it and where you can get it, okay? Tea Party Review magazine, so make sure you check that out. Right now, coming on up here, a man who you may know from his blog, Caffeinated Thoughts, but today, Shane Vanderhart's going to talk to us about preserving innocence. Shane? It's interesting that Shane was talking about education, you know, because we've got to keep an eye on not just here, but the whole country, okay? Because we are the stewards. The stuff they teach our kids is important to them, not our kids, to the people teaching it, because that's how the left wants to get you. That's how they want to steal our country. That's why in California it is about to be the law, to teach kids in schools of the great contributions made to our country by the gay and lesbian community. Now, you can call me stupid if you like, and trust me, many have, including our next speaker. But when I was growing up, history was about remembering the great contributions made to our country and to the world by people. Who they were sleeping with and what they were doing in the privacies of their bedroom did not form part of that equation. We remember Martin Luther King because he fought peacefully for civil rights and for the principles which this nation was founded on. We hold these truths to be self-evident. That was the Declaration of Independence. We remember Martin Luther King because he fought for the principles of that declaration. We don't remember him because he was black. In fact, he didn't even want color to be part of the discussion. He wanted his kids and his grandkids to be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. If you'd have called Martin Luther King an African American, he'd have stared back at you like you were insane. Hyphenated Americans, what is that? I'm not British American, I'm American. Remember, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. We have to stand up. Please. Next. A man I look up to every single day because he's higher than me on the schedule. He's been very kind to me since I've been here. You've been listening to him a lot longer than you've been listening to me. So I'm going to shut up now and bring on WHO Radio's very own Jan Mickelson.